Omaha Hi-Lo is a great game to learn if you want a little more variety in your life. And just like how regular Omaha adds some extra spice to Texas Hold'em thanks to the additional hole cards each player receives, Omaha Hi-Lo gives you a whole new way to win. And you don't even need a great hand with which to do it. Head to cardschat.com if you need to brush up on the rules of Hold'em or Omaha, as that will make learning Omaha Hi-Lo much easier. In Omaha Hi-Lo, all players receive 4 hole cards. There's a small blind, a big blind, and a betting round before the dealer spreads the flop. 3 community cards which any player can use. As in Hold'em or straight Omaha, there's a betting round followed by the turn and the river, with more betting rounds after each new community card is revealed. When it comes to the showdown, each remaining player makes their best 5-card poker hand, but can also make their worst 5-card poker hand. The pot is divided equally between the best high hand and the best low hand. Watch out though, for a low hand to count, it can't contain any pairs or any cards higher than an 8. If there are no low hands that qualify, the high hand wins the whole pot. In Omaha games, you have to use exactly 2 of your hole cards and 3 community cards in your final hand. However, you can use different combinations of cards to play for the high and the low halves of the pot. Here we can see one player flop 2 pair and another set of jacks. The jacks improved to a straight to the 6 for high and a 6 high for low. But neither was good enough to win. When making a low hand, aces don't count as high, and flushes and straights won't count against you. So holding ace-deuce gives you a good chance to make the best low. That's what happened here, combining with a 3, 4, 5 on the board to make an unbeatable 5 high and take the low half of the pot. Meanwhile, this player uses 2 of their hole cards to make a straight to the 7, winning the high half of the pot. Let's take a look at another hand, as well as some aspects of Omaha Hi-Lo that new players should watch out for. With 4 spades on the board like we have here, a Hold'em player would just need a single spade among their hole cards to make a flush. But while this player may have the ace of spades, they don't have a flush. Why not? Because they must always use 2 of their hole cards, and they don't have another spade to go with the ace. It's the same reason the player doesn't have a straight. Using the 8, 9, and jack in their hand would make a straight to the queen, but that would mean using 3 hole cards and not 2, so it can't be done. This player holding ace-deuce was drawing to the very best low hand from the flop. But as you must always use 3 board cards to make your hand, if there aren't 3 different cards ranked 8 or lower on the board, there simply won't be a low hand possible. Finally, this player started off with a pair of kings, but improved to a full house using their other hole cards. With no low hand possible, they scooped the whole pot. Here are a few final tips to get you started. Never forget, you must use 2 hole cards and 3 board cards, whether you're making a high or a low hand. But you can use different cards to make each hand, and even win both. Want to know which hands to play? Look for cards that combine well in different ways, with the potential to flop strong draws and big hands, ideally for both the high and the low. Lastly, when figuring out your pot odds for a drawing hand, don't forget that you may be drawing to only half the pot if you don't have draws for high and low. Looking to learn more about pot odds, Omaha, or anything else poker related? Head on over to cardschat.com.